large community can kind of be something like, you know, a city or state governed by a set of laws, you know, with a certain themes and ideas that they build their stuff upon. It could just be a classroom, you know, it could just be a group of friends. I think it's just a place in which there's an understood way of life.
I think a community is a group of people together holding a common goal and shared values.
I think a community is a feeling of fellowship between a group of people that share the same interests, attitudes, and goals.
I think a community is a group of people that come together, want to accomplish a common goal, want to find common success. They want to do something that's that's bigger than themselves, and they want to be a part of a team atmosphere and kind of like that collective dynamic in terms of accomplishing a goal and having success.
I think there are definitely boundaries in the way that social status, social hierarchies, there are different levels of involvement and different types of leadership.
Yes, I think there's boundaries to communities, and I think it depends on the specific community. For example, if I identified as transgender, that would be like a requirement or boundary to entering that community, but I would never be able to enter a community for white men, because like white cisgender heterosexual men, because I could never be that. So there's certain requirements for those communities, and I think there are some communities that you can become a member of, and then some that you just can't.
I think there are. I think the community kind of determines and dictates the barriers. There's going to be different barriers depending on what different kind of type of community.
I think that there are boundaries of entering a community, but not like solid lines per se. I would say that if you want to enter a community, you just have to share this common goal that the community is wanting to reach.
I think there often are boundaries to enter because of not only personal feelings that might be had by that group about whether women or people of color can operate in these spaces, their skills, their identities, but also I think it's important who writes the rules of these things. Who writes the rules is important. Who creates these spaces is important, because if you have a certain identity or a normative identity creating this space, whether or not it's open to people, it might not be for those people. And I think that's a big difference we need to understand in creating these spaces, is that you can create spaces that people can fill, or you can create spaces that people can exceed in and excel in, and is made for them and made for a bunch of people, not made for one type of person that then allows other people in.